Yo, what's going on, guys? Jared here. I am once again joined with Nick and Vince on another exciting ban list, and we are gonna shoot shit about this list, and we have a lot to talk about on this one. So feel free to say hi, guys.
Good evening. Hello.
And it is it's time to talk about this list. It's a list. It's definitely a list.
It is the list.
So as usual, we're gonna start with the forbidden, and we're gonna chunk our way down. And so we're gonna start with Little Artifact Scythe here, the first one.
Took them long enough. Next.
Really?
Yeah. It didn't even need to be banned, honestly. No one's really playing it. Like, it was just like one of those, alright,
Why do you think they did it?
They
Actually, sorry, before we get into that.
Good
Like,
PR.
do you think they're going to give us an explanation thing?
Good
like
PR.
Last time?
No.
No.
I think Scythe was an honest hit for just good PR of like getting complained about forever. Because it feels like like consider this, right? The past like 4 ban lists, the first combos that came out of every ban list were just like, oh, this deck can turbo Artifact Scythe, like immediately, every time. And like maybe they just got tired of it, of just like people complaining about this fucking card.
I was just watching a TV Grinder video before this ban was like maybe like 30 minutes before I saw the list.
Yeah.
And it was a Valkyrie deck. And I was like, Valkyrie? What is this garbage? And it actually won the match.
Was he excited?
And it was just like a Scythe Turbo deck. So it was like that. I was like, whoa, kind of cool.
Oh no! Don't you hate that? Don't you hate that? You're watching this cool deck and you're like, oh, this is so sick. So damn it!
Maybe I'll play that. Yeah. Yes, also that. Yeah, you're like, I wonder what it's gonna. Oh, it's a Scythe Turbo.
Just another way to get to it.
I think the Bestials counter fight too.
I mean, they do, but who cares? It's not a fun card. Like, it's just not enjoyable.
Here's my reasoning on it. Here's like my best, like, they know something we don't. But I get, I know it, so in that sense.
Oh boy, we're getting the conspiracies.
It's not really a big conspiracy. It's like, well, with the Bestials, an argument against what you're saying there is I think they're gonna drop in popularity a little bit. I don't know if that's the reason why they're banning Scythe.
I think a lot. I don't think they're going to be played at all.
Yeah, I think that for sure they're not going to be played as much. They're going to be just like they're going to like recede back into like the line of like hand traps that
they are
come out as
they are strictly the Bestial engine in branded, in my opinion.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, I think Dragon could play with them too, and they probably will play with some number of them.
Yeah,
but I think that the triple tactic thrust, searching Sanctum in his Scythe, might be one of the reasons why they banned Scythe. That was one of the things I thought.
Oh yeah, that's another. I mean, like, yeah, like Sanctum was definitely in the list of like degenerate cards that Thrust could just get for no reason.
It's like maybe they banned Sanctum then, right? But then you still have the Scythe thing.
Yeah.
They just want to say,
right. Although, I mean, like, they don't want to hurt all those Artifact players' feelings, you know.
Yeah, it's such a large.
Banning Scythe is a Labyrinth nerf.
Banning Scythe is a Labyrinth nerf?
Because you get set to Sanctum from the deck immediately.
Bro, banning Scythe is not a Labyrinth. That's not a Labyrinth nerf. Shut the fuck up. That's not a Labyrinth nerf. Just because you can set... That's like putting Trap Trick in any deck and be like, bro, they nerfed my deck. I had Trap Trick and Sanctums in my deck. How could I Scythe them now? Get the fuck out of here. This is not a fucking Labyrinth nerf. Actually, I think Labyrinth is now in one of the best places that deck has been. I am convinced that is one of the best decks this format. I would be. Really? I swear to God, I texted Vince when I saw the list. I said I think Labyrinth's the deck. I think it's one of the only decks that can consistently not have a shit matchup against Kashtira and win. I am convinced. I swear it'll do well. It'll do well in Vegas. I swear on it. That is my prediction. You can hold me to this. We can go back to this video. I swear Labyrinth is fucking nice right now.
Dude, Nick, have you seen Labyrinth play?
I haven't seen like the lines exactly. It doesn't really have lines though.
They're very simple lines, but like you're open-ended to like what traps you pull from the deck to stop your opponent, and like the interactions with how you flip your trap cards up. Like it's like I can't really explain it. It's just a very open-ended play style.
Yeah. I think
very much like what's been going on in Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yes. I mean, like, the tier was open-ended for its gameplay, but like
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. But it's just a lot and still bullshit. But now it's not. Now it's gone. It doesn't matter. But like Labyrinth is almost like a fair. It's very fair in my opinion. But I think people who are playing Labyrinth are trying to do too much with Labyrinth cards. When I think, in my opinion, the best engine is just the big chick and one of the small ones, and then just like the Welcome Labyrinth and the other Labyrinth trap, whatever it's called, just Welcome Labyrinth, Big Welcome and the little Welcome Labyrinth. I think that's just like the best Labyrinth engine there is. I think just doing
and then like actual trap cards.
Yeah, then like real trap cards, because I think that the other cards just make the deck kind of weak and too much to set up when you don't need to do that much. Just that big bitch is just nuts. The big Labyrinth chick is just crazy. She's just a
Which
crazy
one?
monster.
They're both big.
The one that summons herself.
Okay.
She is an insane card.
Yeah, quick effect summon.
Quick effect summon, being
quick
able to set
effect
more
search.
trap cards, untargetable and can't be destroyed. Like, that's crazy. Like, it's just a crazy card. I think that the whole deck should just be based around her by herself, personally. But besides that, I'm not just ranting about Labyrinth now for no reason. Just because me and Vince are fans of Labyrinth currently. But Barry, all right,
I'm not like opposed to that.
yeah. Like, it's good interaction. It like forces play Yu-Gi-Oh, right? Like a deck literally forces to play Yu-Gi-Oh in a way without if you're playing the not floodgate version. But besides the point. Oh, before we move on, Nick, have you like been playing much at all, or have you just stopped playing because of the shufflers and bullshit?
I've mostly stopped playing. It's not that I haven't kept up though.
Yeah.
I've been watching things, but I haven't really played much.
Right,
I played
okay.
last week, and I did fine, except I went up against here and got obliterated.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Just wanted to make sure. I just wanted to make sure where that's what I figured. I just wanted to make sure. I know that your deck is like impossible with shuffler's existence.
Just fall over. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So barrier statue again. I think this is another one that's just like a given. Like everybody wanted this.
Yeah, I don't need a god.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
You can still play Flu. I think Flu's still playable. Like, you don't need barrier statue. You just have to actually kind of use your brain a little bit.
What's the last summon going to be, I guess, in this scenario?
I mean, I just think M-Pen's a really good card. Like, I think M-Pen's a really good card. Like, against Kashtira, right? Like, going the trap to book down their board is still, like, crazy. Like, everyone's playing Book of Eclipse and Flu has an in-engine Book of Eclipse.
Huh?
I just feel like some people forget about that.
Oh, not me.
Wasn't me. I definitely didn't do that.
I'm not forgetting about the Book of Moon. I feel it every time.
Yeah. It's just one of those cards that I feel like everyone's like, oh, like Kashtira is the new Flu, and I'm like, yeah, but doesn't Flu kind of counter Kashtira in a way? But I don't know. That's just my opinion.
Well, what can they put in the deck to take advantage of that extra summon? Or can they? Or just say, forget it, we don't get that extra summon off of M10. We're just,
Oh, you're saying like,
like the final thing you get. Like, you know how like you have X number of normal summons during the combo?
Yes.
One of them can be statue.
I just don't think you need anything like.
It's like shrug, forget it, you know what I mean?
I don't think you do anything crazy. I think at that point you're just overextending because you have to remember you can also like as Flu, if you do too much, you can also walk into Nib by accident now.
Or because you don't have statue.
Yeah,
That's true.
so
You can also have Gambit now.
yeah, so you I think Flu you actually have to play it very smart. It's very simple and very smart at the same time, I guess.
I'm wondering if there is another lane that needs to play.
Maybe the Samorg stuff.
Yeah.
The Samorg stuff might be worth it.
Maybe, yeah.
I know that's like an engine.
They already messed around with that before.
Yeah, some builds did, some builds didn't. I don't know. I think it's definitely like good. Like obviously, maybe more of the continuous spell because I think that card's nutso. Tribute your opponent's stuff.
The Mulligan one, yeah.
I think that card's really really good. But yeah, I mean, like, I don't think anyone's complaining. Also, it didn't help that Kashtira could use Stormwinds as well. I think that was the nail in the coffin.
Oh yeah. They could go rank 7 guy into that.
Yeah, I thought that was like absurd. I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. Let's just have the rank 7 deck be able to summon Storm Winds.
And in a way, like stepping back, there's like a certain charm to Yu-Gi-Oh, and that it just does these ridiculous things. You're like, yeah, the Kashira deck with like the weird like alien creature things from outer space. Like, yeah, some of the barrier sets just throw them. What? Like, it's like a winged beast like walkout card. Does that have anything to do with them? But they did like do that. Like Tier's like, oh yeah, we play like the dangers and like play.
Lore wise, it makes no sense. Is pretty much what you're saying.
We play like the volcanic scatter shot. Like, what's even going on right now?
So stupid.
It's kind of cool though. Like it's very like
yes, my alien
junk box. You just like throw a pile of crap in a box.
My psychic alien being summoned this bird, which summons this rock that stops special summoning. Wait, what?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, that's time to get. Now that's out of the way. Now that's gone and out of the way. That conversation's done.
Yeah,
it's time to get into the meat of this.
They put Yana to 3. Can you believe that?
What'd you say?
It's the meat, right?
All right, Kid Carlos is banned. Now I'm gonna throw this all together because I just think it's the only way to talk about this properly. Because you can't just go one at a time with this. I can't just say Kit ban, right? Like, we have to say Kit ban, Agito 1, Kelbeck 1, Keldon 1, Medora 1, Chavis 1, Merlin 1, Sheeran 1, and Elf ban. Like, all of it. I have to put all of it together because you just have to. There's no way. Like, all of that has to be talked about together. I'm including Elf in this, too. Because Elf was also played in tier.
Yeah, it was played in tier.
So, like, all of that's together.
Here's what I think. Can I throw out what I thought? You tell me if this is, like, at all coherent.
Okay, go ahead.
I've been very pessimistic about what I expected out of this ban list.
Okay.
I didn't know when I didn't know when it was coming. I thought it was going to come much later than this. Like a whole
Agreed. I thought it was going to be after Vegas.
Yeah, when is that? When is Vegas? I don't even know.
2 weeks.
Yeah, I thought it was going to come after that. Yeah. And especially I thought they were going to give some time to Proton Hypernova with tier.
Yes, I also thought that as well.
And on top of that, I thought that if they did do a list, like we're several months behind Japan. This is not obviously the best metric, but they took several hits at tier. Like they didn't go all at once.
Yes.
And so I thought, okay, if they were going to do that, we haven't even really attacked tier at all. The only hit that like we have that they had on their like pile of hits was like Arms Like to 1.
Yeah, the joke hit, the meme.
Like that was our hit.
The fucking meme hit, in my opinion, but yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's not even really a hit. We haven't really gotten started. Like the train hadn't left the station yet on starting to hit tier.
Yeah.
And so I thought that what we were going to get was something like, Hadness to 2, Field Spell to 1, and then like 2 of the Ashishi guys, and like that's it. Like that's all,
Yeah.
And I thought, well, that's not going to be enough to stop the deck. It's still going to be the best deck. And that's what's going to happen. And as I went through this list, I was pleasantly surprised.
Yes, I agree.
As I kept going, it's like, okay, Kit ban, that's a good start. I saw the Elf ban, we'll talk about that in a minute, even though it was, like you said, it is part of it. There's like more to the Elf
than just
this.
Yes, of course.
Obviously. And then all of these, I kept going, I was like, get out of here. Every single card.
Yeah.
Almost every card. This was a lot more than I expected, and I think definitely enough to put the deck in line with other decks that exist in the game. Other decks in the last couple of years, let's say, that could be meta.
Yeah.
But all we weren't able to do is the Shizu. I don't think so the last thing I'll say is, and tell me if any of this was coherent. I don't think the deck is dead. I went into Nova today, and they were like crying to the moon about how the deck is dead. They're like, well, that deck's done. And they're just like, washing their hands of it. It's done. It's dead. Unplayable.
Don't tell them to look at my YouTube right now. I just uploaded a profile.
Right. Well, I have a feeling you're going to say it's not dead. Yeah.
It's very playable.
And they're like, no, that's not playable. And so I went over to all this, so like, raise your hand if you think Tier's dead. Most of them raised their hand. Was what I got out of it. And some people are like, no, I don't think it's dead. I think it's playable. And I'm like, okay, well, that's kind of where I'm at on it. I don't think it's dead. I think it's playable. And in fact, if you looked at Japan, right, obviously they have a different meta.
Yes.
They have different cards, they have different bands and whatnot. But it is like 30 to 40% on some of those.
It is still the best deck.
Reports. Of the meta, it's the best deck.
Yes.
And they have about the same hits as we do.
Statistically, it is the best deck. They just have 3 Merly. That is the difference.
They have 3 Merly, they have 1 Reinhardt, and 1 field spell.
Yes. Sorry. They have 3 Merly, 1 field spell. They also have, they still have 3 Calbeck and 3 Medora.
They have 2 Agnes, right? And they have 2 Calbeck, 3 Calbeck and 3 Medora, yeah.
Yes.
They're also not going to have Elfband. Like, there are some differences.
Right? I think they're very big differences. I think they're like very significant differences.
Yeah. No, they are. They are. And so I'll stop here and I'll let you go.
I completely agree with you. This deck is definitely still playable. Like I said, when we saw this, everyone's like, "Oh my god, finally! I don't have to play against Tyr anymore." And I'm like, "Bro, I'm cooking right now at work."
I said this to the Dragoon Discord. Somebody was like, "Well, like someone made a comment. They're like, well, that would be good against Tyr." Like, what Tyr? And I was like, "All right, talk to me in like 2 weeks."
Yes,
come back in 2 weeks.
Yep, I agree. I do not think this deck is dead. I don't. I think it's still going to be played. I really do. I think that this deck might be very bad now, and I'm only saying that because Flu and Kashtira are going to take the reins of the format, and that's because they have a Rise Heart and Shifter in their deck. Like, I think like Tyr, all these hits plus the 2 best decks are directly countering Tyr. I think that's what makes Tyr very unfortunate right now.
That's true. That is another difference that I didn't mention is that Fenrir, Unicorn, and the Ash Shield spell are at 1 in Japan.
Yes,
and
some
of the other cards are
the Kashtira cards, yeah.
Yeah.
But like those existing is also shoving Tyr down the rabbit hole because of just of how they're designed, essentially.
Those decks do.
So I still think this deck's playable, which is the fucking crazy part. After all this shit, Nick, this is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 cards that just got ripped out of their main deck. That's almost half the deck just got ripped out. And I still think it's playable.
They're going to be okay? They're going to be okay?
It's going to be fine. Like, it's going to be fine. I just think Kashtira, once Kashtira is somehow checked on a list, because eventually I think that deck does have to get checked on a list. I think a Rise Heart is just a very silly card overall.
Yeah, I think it'll get hit on the list eventually.
People were complaining about the Keldo, Keldo and Medora, and how they're like designed to stop the graveyard, and they were so happy that they're at 1 and that Tyr is not going to be played. But then like a Rise Heart is just like, oh, anyway, like what graveyard?
You don't even have one.
Yeah, like you're not even getting to the graveyard. Like it's I would argue it's even worse in a way for that effect. The only difference is it is easier to counter a Rise Heart than it is to counter Keldo and Medora.
Yes.
It's much easier to counter that card.
Totally agree. That's my thought process on it. So Rise Heart is a monster that is on the field.
Yes.
It's there.
Yeah, like, you are able to kind of play around it.
Yeah.
Or not even play around it, but like play cards to counter it much easier.
Very hard to catch a graveyard card that was milled on the person's first turn, or on your like when you're starting your turn. You're like, oh yeah, I'll have something ready for that.
Yeah,
what is it?
Yeah, and the issue is that these cards, Keldo and Medora, they traded for cards in hand when they were just milled. Like, but I'm just gonna use Monster Reborn as like an easy example. But like,
right.
It just trades with it, which is insane. Yeah. That just a graveyard trigger that is just milled for free and is your engine pieces.
I like the way you're explaining it because that is the feeling that I had when I was playing.
Yeah, it just trades with cards, which is nuts. That is so unbalanced.
It's just like incidental mills. It's like, oh yeah, that's going to eat like 1 or 2 cards of that guy's hand because they milled those things right there.
Yes.
Oh, I milled the Tyr. Oh, now I'm going to make a Rule Chaos. That's going to eat another card. And I'm going to have a Rule Chaos too after I negate. It's like ridiculous, you know?
It's just fucking silly. Not even including the fact that it was able to play on both players' turns.
Oh yeah.
And especially with the new one, the Tyromans Kashtira. But that's besides the point. We're talking, post this now. Yeah, I just think people are going to complain about Kashtira now. Like, to be honest, I don't think people are understanding how annoying that deck is. Like, it's
extra deck rips.
It's frustrating now. And now, with I'm going to kind of jump and complain about something else at the same time. With this fucker at 3 now. It's even more annoying.
Oh yeah, more extra deck rips.
Like you have to build your extra deck. You have to build your extra deck so fucking annoyingly now. Like deck building is a nightmare.
It was a strange choice. I'll hold on my comments on the limits.
Yeah. I was just cross referencing that with Kashtira of how building an extra deck now is a disaster. and you have to play so many extra copies of your main deck slots, of your main cards, I mean, in your extra deck.
That lowers the ceiling of a lot of decks. It's like,
Yes.
all right, I can't do that combo now because that's spread me too
The
thin.
ceiling, the option trees that you have, like, it sucks.
Right.
But like, yeah, it's definitely still playable. I think people are over. I surprise, even with 14 cards getting ripped out, I think that people are overreacting on that this deck is not playable. Personally, Vince, you've been a little quiet there, and you played Tier this entire format.
Where you at?
Yeah, yeah, Tier's playable. I agree with you guys. Like I have nothing really more to really add. You guys pretty hit the nail on the head. Even with all the hits to one, like the deck is still Tier. It still can put in the gates. It's still play on both players' turns. It can still.
Playing on both player in turns, you really
it's
you can't.
harder. It's harder.
And that's not even harder. It's like almost impossible. Like the sack you have to mill it's so high.
You have to like open Havness.
Open Havness or Tier Cash, either or.
Wait, you still have 3 Tier Cash. You still have.
Well, Tier Cash is what? Can they banish from where? Summon hand or grave?
Hand or grave. The problem with Tier Cash is that it can't be used for anything fusion related.
What do you use for kit, right?
Yes, that's all it's used for. It cannot be used for jack diddly shit anymore.
Water Psychic.
It cannot be used for anything.
Excuse me?
It
I'm
cannot.
gonna check it out. I'm gonna check it.
That's fine. Feel free. I'm telling you, you can't fucking use it. That's fine.
Have this trigger, fuse away the Kashtira and my Rhino Heart to make a Blood Dragon.
That's how that works.
That's actually not how that works.
Wait,
You have to use the tier.
It's like, Nick, do you know how to play tier cards, Nick? Wow, you're right. Cheat and not use my habits away. When I
said this in my profile for the new version. I'm like, damn, this card went from like the best one to the worst one in one ban list. Just from banning Kikalos, this card is awful now. So it's like a fake hand trap now. You have to hit specifically a mud drag. Right, so it's either one like the two millers, Agido or Kelbeck, or you have to hit like a King of the Swamp plus a tier for you to do something on turn 0, which even then is probably not worth it realistically, because you're losing a card and using 2 cards in your hand if you're using tier cash. So you were gonna have tier cash and Rudy Kalos, I would say, would be the go-to.
Now I don't know if you want to get into this without referencing your video link below in the description. I don't know. I'm going to do that. But are you playing tier cash in that deck? I haven't looked.
I am playing 2. I cut it down. It was at 3 before, and now it's at 2. It's at 2 because it's I would say one of the main sole things for that deck is doing the rank 7 Draco Sack into Cherubini into Dump, the King of the Swamp into Link into Sprind, and then send Murley, and then use King of the Swamp and Murley to go into Rudy Kalos.
Roll.
And then if you use Danger Nessie with it, you can go into Kaleido Heart, just with that play alone. I know, it's...
I like that.
Yeah.
Very tough.
It's neat.
It becomes more of a combo-y deck that, like still just randomly sack the shit out of you.
Yeah, I think...
Now it's just super sack. Now it's super sack. You can hit anything now.
Yeah, you hit anything, your opponent's pissed. Like,
yeah.
It's no frustrating.
Ridiculous. That was a hot one. Like, you're going to be saying that a lot.
Yeah.
By the way, it's a one. By the way,
it's a one.
Wait, have Renato run this deck and hit like do like a mill 3 and hit like Murley had this year. And
it's going to be
bro.
There is another world where I do want to play Destrudo. When Ancient Fairy Dragon, funny enough, is not technically legal yet. I don't know if you knew this. It's actually legal in March. Yeah, March it's legal. So it's not legal yet.
Amazing memories.
But I think this card is actually good in this build specifically. Because if you What?
Diviner. Is it tutor Diviner?
Destrudo.
Oh, right.
So I was going to say, like, if you go, like, this is, like, so specific, but it works. If you go, like, Planet, Sheeran, hit the Strudo, Sheeran, make Ancient Fairy, pop the field spell, get the other planet, get Tier Cash, summon Tier Cash, make the and then do the Draco Sack line from from like pretty much like the Strudo plus anything with like
that's
the
good.
field spell up.
That's
like
good.
There's ways to do it, which I like, and especially if your opponent
does that too.
Yeah, if your opponent has a field spell, like it's also like you can do it with just your opponent's field spell, right? Because it's still there.
True, you don't even need to actually go field spell search.
You don't need your field spell. You can have their field spell and blow it up and still do the same line, which is cool.
I like it.
I didn't do it in this build because Ancient Fairy is not technically legal yet, so I didn't put it in.
Would.
But it's I don't know if I would. It's something I would consider at least. Because why wouldn't you? Right?
Knowing the Strudo just does that whole thing.
Yeah, it sets it up quite nicely. At least partially, right?
Well, actually, it makes it a little bit harder if you start with Merrily.
I mean, you could just Merrily hit the Strudo.
Right, but then like
you can't sprint. Yeah. Yes. You can't sprint.
Like,
you can't sprint one.
Like habit, so I don't know.
Yeah, there's nothing you can mill. It's just for like Merrill's still the craziest one because it's sprint fodder. That line's still there, which is important. But
yeah,
you have to like.
Oh no! You sent for cost with Cherubini, right?
Yeah. You can't trigger Happiness off Cherubini.
Okay.
But yeah, that's like, I think Tier still has a lot of cool stuff. It's like all of this talk is pretty much still saying that Tier has a lot of cool stuff. Like a lot of cool stuff still going for it. Shadal's. I know Pac posted the Minkanko list, which is pretty cool. That makes Beatrice very easily. Like there's a lot of cool stuff for it. I don't know if you saw that. Nick.
I didn't see it. No, but the creativity is what's going to be driving interest. I feel like.
Yes. It's the creativity, and again, you just it's the fucking counters in the meta that this deck still has. It's so annoying. I just don't think Shifter's going to be main decked anymore, if I'm being honest.
I don't think so either, actually, and I think that's a great thing. It's a sign that like we're in a better spot. Obviously, the Kashir deck existing is kind of like a Shifter, right?
Yeah. I just don't think you need
that's kind of beside the point. Like decks aren't going to be like these decks. It's like play Tier or play a Shifter deck.
Yes,
which is how it was. And if you're like neither of those things, you're like, great, I have to play against Tier. You're like, all right, I'm not playing against Tier. Like, great, I can play against Shifter. It's like you can't win,
And Shifter doesn't do anything. Like it's just a dead card, right? And you don't want to play it in the mirror match.
No, this is a liability.
Yeah, exactly. You don't. You're pretty much having cards that do nothing in your deck, essentially.
Yeah, you side with 80 if you're up against something Tier.
Yeah, I agree. Anything you'd like to add, Vince? Or we can go back to Elf, too.
Going back to our boy.
Nothing more to add.
Are you still going to be playing Tier after this?
Question. I'll play the runs after this.
Saeed's really think it's playable. He's like,
I told everyone in my local, I was like, I'm playing Labyrinth next week. Regardless of what happened, I'm playing Labyrinth.
You liar.
Now I'm like, damn, I really want to try Tier, but like, I already told them to play Labyrinth, so I'm sticking my guns and play Labyrinth.
No, fuck that. Shit on him.
Yeah, Labyrinth.
What's Tier would be great. But I was told the deck was unplayable. Like, well, you're told wrong.
Well, technically, the list is going to go back till next.
I think it's Friday. Oh, Monday? Jesus Christ, it's so far.
Monday. Yeah, so I can still play full power Tier if I really want to. I'll find a time.
You can actually play it with Kashir Tier then. For a weekend.
Yeah. I could just. I actually got I'm running double Fenrir with it, so you go Fenrir circuit.
Right.
That's YCS Mexico.
Huh?
That's YCS Mexico. There's one YCS with full Tier. Every card unlimited. Every Ishizu card unlimited.
Is that coming up this weekend?
It's this weekend. You get one event with the nuts, with the full nuts in this deck.
I love thinking about that in the past. Like, there's that one weekend where this and this had a conflux before the ban was hit.
The stars aligned for one event.
Yeah. Well, they had that with the Dragon Rulers with what was it? Dark Matter.
Dark Matter, yeah.
Yeah.
We got that.
It's just funny. It's so funny. But all right, we can go back to Elf now. Obviously, also hitting Tier, but Sprite. Jesus Christ, that's like.
Sprite got freaking booty. That one hit just like made it really hard for Sprite.
I sent a screenshot of the ban list, except it was just the section where Sprite was banned. I sent it to Kevin Franco, and I said it's not a Photoshop. And then he woke up, like he's in Australia. He woke up a few hours ago, and like his reply was like, he's like, he did that for him. He's like, you kidding me? And I'm like, no. Did you see the rest of it? He's like, no. I'm like, well, maybe you won't feel as bad. Yeah, so.
That's funny. That's funny as shit. Yeah, Sprite. I don't want to say he's dead, but fucking hurts. There's no late game.
Yeah, they just kind of fall over.
The late game's just gone.
Right, there's not a recursion engine that is nearly as good as it was. I mean, you still have, like, if you want to play a Toad, like, you can do what we just saw in that video before it came on.
Yeah, with the Boujin.
Zero, by the way, he was talking to me about he's trying Gishki Sprite anyway, and he's going to try Coral Anemone.
Yes.
With, apparently, if you open the new Gishki guy that's coming out, plus, like, any of the ritual materials, you can get to like it's like IP, Coral Anemone, Toad, and the Gishki Ritual Monster.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like that actually sounds pretty good, right? This doesn't seem that bad.
Right, it seems decent.
He went through the line and made it. I feel like he was missing like a level 2 for like the IP, but otherwise it sounded right. I mean, I wasn't following exactly right.
Right.
But there's another way you make Toad, so we're gonna get crafty.
How's he making Toad? What's he toading with?
He goes like gigantic summon swap, and then he has a bunch of the Gishki monsters that can make anemone after he makes gigantic and something else in IP.
So he anemones back to the swap frog?
And then he brings back the second swap, and then he makes Toad.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. That might work. That's cool. If it works, I mean, fuck it. You know, I like seeing diversity,
maybe,
so.
Yeah.
I like the... See, now I see Sprite... I see Sprite personally as an engine rather than a deck now.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Like, I would rather, like, now it's not Sprite Gishki. Now it's Gishki Sprite.
Yeah.
Like, personally, that's how I'm reading that.
So I'm the captain now.
Yeah. Gishki kind of looked over. It's like, oh yeah, you're my bitch now. Like, because you can end the board with, like, multiple of the new guy with, like, still, like, you know, like smashers and like maybe the Jin guy and, you know, like other stuff like that. I don't know, like carrot, whatever stuff like that.
Yeah, carrot red.
There's some like water stuff you can do. There's like a Gishki line that also lets you like summon back the abyss multiple times, which is kind of cool. You get like a free material with like the mirror. And,
that's cool.
Yeah, I don't remember the line. It's like for each you can get a free body for every Gishki shadow you play in the deck. Essentially, was what it was. So you get a free body. You can like kind of spam it that way, which is nice. But yeah, it seems cool. Like I don't think it's again like it's nice that we can at least have the option to play other decks now. Like I don't feel like I'm wasting my time thinking about this.
Yeah.
That's such a good feeling too. Just to be like, all right, I can actually play like my fun deck, air quote fun deck.
Yeah.
And now I can worry about like and know like okay, I don't have to. I have like an actual fighting chance.
It's like, oh damn, this deck's got to be able to beat Barrier Statue and 6 cards that let my opponent play on turn 0. Ugh, this is rough. How do I beat that? We can finally play Yu-Gi-Oh again, guys. Like you can actually set up a board.
You can do that, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I think we agree that this card had to get banned anyway, like regardless. I think.
I thought I might have eventually. I didn't think it was gonna happen this soon.
I do agree with that. I did not think it was gonna happen. I thought it was gonna go to 1 and hit the Sprite like late game.
Okay, I can see that.
That's what I thought. But if they just said fuck it, we're getting rid of it now.
I mean, think about that. It's like they have problems even playing 1 of this thing. Sometimes it's like, oh no, I gotta play 2 or 3 of my deck. Like, I
guess that was just like that to me is just like. We're not even letting you get back this one Merly ever. Like this Merly's never coming back.
Because you know that would have been a play that was done often. I mean,
because you would still play Kelbeck and because you would still play Keldo Medora. You just shuffle back the elf and just do it again. So like if 1 exists, multiple exist.
Yeah.
Just because of the existence of these two cards. Is there anything else you wanted to mention about Ancient Fairy Dragon, or before we move past it? Anything?
Well, me personally, Time Rule, 1,000 life.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, you're
that's
right.
bad.
Yeah, that's super relevant. I forgot about that.
I like the Dragon Link players might try to make use of it too. The Green players are definitely hyped about it. I can tell you that in the Discord. That's the unban, and it's coming, and they're already drafting lines and whatnot to make use of the card. They're searching for like Decker Valley. I was talking to Henry about it, and he recommended I search Sky Iris with it, and then get the Odd Eyes Revolution to bring back a Dragon Synchro. Like, that's kind of cool.
Oh, that is cool.
You know?
Wow. Remember my
You
Gator?
get that Gator,
Yeah, get my Gator.
and then
Yeah.
just like Baby Rock, and then make it level 8. Or,
God, I swear to God, like every
bunch of-
ban list, like Dragoonity just gets like a random line for no
It's just
reason.
like what, this thing, I don't know what I can do with it, but I know I can do a lot with it.
Yeah, it's there. There's definitely something there, I think. You could probably make Crystal Wing again, maybe.
If I make Crystal Wing maybe with it, you could probably make a rank 7 somehow, you know?
Oh, you
I
can do
don't
this
know, I'm
really
trying
cool.
to think
You,
of a
you,
field
you could do this really cool play where you overlay it for Draco Sack, and then you make 2 tokens and go Cherubini, and then you send King in the Swamp, and then you go in the sprint.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's like Dragon, Dragoon. Like, obviously, like I'll put Dragoonity in like Dragon variants.
Yeah, Dragon decks, basically.
And then like the Destrudo decks. I think that's like going to be the 2 users of it. I can't think of anything like directly absurd other than what I mentioned with the tier deck or the Dragon deck. That's like crazy.
I think like you can search any field spell, even so people are like, oh, you can't search Ravine off of Ravine, and then some people are like, you can search pseudo space off of it, and I'm like, that's true actually, you know.
What are you doing
Can't
with
search
pseudo
the same
space?
field
What
spell.
are you doing with
What
pseudo
are you doing? Just getting like another Dragon or me?
Yeah, I know it's a Dragon or me, but like, how many cards can you discard so you just run out of hand?
We can discard a lot. That's your entire hand.
I just love that people are still like, the fact that people are still like, yeah, you can get Necro Valley. It's like, bro, did you not see the rest of the list?
Right. That's
What-
true.
what are you,
Yes,
Necro
but
Valley?
not really is good.
What the fuck? Like, you can side one. I'll let you side one, right? For the one random Tyrellman guy you play against, that's fine. Side the one. I don't care. But like,
Right, maybe side it.
the
Yeah.
fucking the douchebag game 1 and you're Necro Valleying people against Kashtira and they just look at you like you have 5 fucking heads.
Well, you have to pick a different field. Like, what's the field spell that beats up on Cashier? That's why I'm wondering, is there an engine field spell you could mix in with the deck? Obviously, you could do like, you can search a Cashier field spell with it.
There might be
Like
one.
you were
I
just saying.
don't know off the top of my head. There might be one.
Bunch of random junk.
I have to read through all the cards and see if there's a counter. Like, I don't know if Midbreaker fields one. I don't know if you can use the spell on one if you have Midbreaker up. I don't know how Midbreaker. That depends on Midbreaker is like red. I'm not
Word. Yeah, word. Yeah.
There's a lot of variables. I would have to go through.
After
them.
this, I'm going to spend some time looking at field spells.
Yeah, I'm not worried about like brewing up text yet and stuff like that. That's just like a thought that I literally just had now talking about it. But I guess past that we can just move to the unlimited.
Quickly, one last tier note.
Yeah.
Great Keeper's Inscription just became not a great card.
That card, all right. That card sucked already. I don't care what anyone says. That card was terrible.
I agree. I don't think the card was that great. I think people are hyping it up a bit too.
It was like okay, I thought it was alright, but now it's just like not good.
Because you know why I say it? Because I thought Spellbound was like an okay card. I'm like, it's not great. Like maybe it'll see play. Like it'll be all right. Then that card is just fucking useless. And now with that card came out, I put that in the same tier as Spellbound. I'm like, oh, this is shit now. Like a card. If I think it's okay, it's probably just shit now.
I think Inscription is even more restrictive than like Spellbound's. Just like it wasn't that great a card. I think Inscription, right? It was called Great Inscription.
Yeah.
Has another problem in that like you have to play at the start of main phase 1.
Yeah.
I don't know if you were talking about this. Somebody else might have been. You can't search it up thrust and play it.
Correct.
So like, that's like not a normal spell that you can like play in the deck. It's like, oh, here's my silver bullet for tier. On top of that, it locks you out of whatever you're calling it too.
Yes.
So people are like, oh yeah, well, you just played it in a deck that's not affected by that. I'm like, okay, let's think about those decks. What are those decks? Oh, Flu or Kashtira? Maybe like Exorcist deck or something that doesn't care about this stuff. They're already playing another card that does a much better job. It's called Dimension Shifted.
Dimension Shifter, Arise Heart.
Those decks already have a million tools.
Yeah, it
that they
doesn't
can
need
play.
more. Yeah.
And like there's just another one among them that is probably worse than most of those tools that they have access to.
You're just putting so many in that they're going to lose to shear and beatdown.
Yeah, they're just going to have like 8 Great Cube subscriptions in hand and be like, oh, this is ridiculous.
I can't beat over this 2300 attack tier monster. Yeah, okay, so unlimited Deshudo. We kind of touched on it, but is there anything else that's like Deshudo's like? I don't think this card being at 3 is relevant, right? Like, no one's gonna play 3 of this.
It's like a more accessible card. It plus, any guy gets you to Ancient Barrier, like you were saying. So there might be something with that, where like just having more copies in the deck. Maybe like you were saying, like density of milling and tier.
Is there like is there like a field spell that is like searches an Aqua monster by any chance? Does that exist?
Hand search an Aqua?
Yeah. Other than Perlino. Oh wait, no, yeah. I mean, yeah, Perlino plus Deshudo is like a full tier line by itself. It's kind of funny.
Right, you were just saying that, right?
Yeah, I was just like thinking like, oh duh, wait a minute. Yeah, I could just literally go like you can go like get Havness, normal Havness, and then just like that's the line. Like that is a line by itself
already.
Just
have Deshudo. Right, exactly. Yeah. You don't even need to do anything special with the tier monster.
Yeah, yeah. Or even Rhino Heart. Rhino Heart works too. It's the same result. Maybe you can play Deshudo in tier actually. Let's play multiples of it and to just have it be a combo piece now.
It just turns on a lot of hands that are otherwise like meh.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think there's anything else really that I can think of that makes it crazy. It's literally just to me. It was just Ancient Fairy. I didn't see any other level 7.
It's just an extender thing. I think Shooting Riser maybe. Dragon Link might futz around with it. It is a dragon. It's a dark dragon. It can reduce its level to make itself a Pisty or a Striker.
Right.
It's just like a guy who can pop out to help make Seal, Ramos, etc.
Oh, it can make Pisty too. That's right. Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah. Jet. I'll put Jet and O-Line together. I don't think there's anything.
I think they're even less interesting than Deshudo.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that those are more just Hulk remnants.
Yeah, it's just Hulk is finally getting its sins brought back.
Yeah.
Maybe there's something with Jet and like the junk decks.
Junk players, Synchron players rejoice.
Yeah, they already have. There's some guy on YouTube that I follow. It's 037 Wolf.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody wants to go follow that guy, he seems like a nice guy and plays a lot of junk synchron and synchron decks.
Mm-hmm.
And when that got put to 1, he rejoiced. So I don't know how much it's really going to matter if it's at 3.
Yeah.
I have a feeling he only played once, my guess. Like probably summoned it on speeder.
Yes, that makes sense.
I don't know if you want more than one in the deck. Yeah.
I'm not a synchron. That deck is like too big brain. I'm not figuring that out.
Yeah, I don't know.
O-Lion, Mecha Fan and Beast players. Mecha Fan and Beast players rejoice for O-Lion.
I guess. Yeah, who are those people?
You can just woo!
I'm sorry. I don't know anyone.
Servant of Endymion. Triff can throw a party about it.
That's probably significant. I don't know how great that is at 3.
That went from, just to clarify, right? That went from 1 to 3.
Yes.
That might be pretty good. God. See, every time I'm like, oh, that's pretty good. And then I remember Arise Heart, and I'm like, fuck, that card's good.
Yes.
Like, fuck me. That card is so broken. God, I hate that card. There's got to be a way to beat it. There might be. Isn't there a mystical beast that like bounces a monster? Isn't that a thing?
There's one that pops back, bro.
It's the bird.
There's one that bounces a monster.
It's the bird. It's a bird. It's like Yada or something. Ironically, Yada. I'm pretty sure it is Yada.
The bird, the Garuda one, pops back, bro, I think. That's what you're thinking of.
No, there was an interruption. There was like a legit interruption.
It was a
hand trap. It was like a hand trap.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't remember. It's one of the sacred beasts or whatever the pendulum.
Mystical beast.
Yeah, mystical beast things. Yeah. It was one of those. I don't remember. If you want to check and like confirm with me on it, I don't remember which one it is.
I'll check, bro.
But Servant is probably one of those cards. Like now we have Servant, Astrograph. I think is there Searcher at 3 still? The what's it called? The Searcher that came in the structure deck that puts a spell counter and then adds. That was also at 3, right?
Endymion Searcher. Yeah, they're all at 3.
Yeah, that's maybe Pendulum might that probably made it playable, right? Because you could like block Nib now. There's probably something there. You can play Secret Village again, and that's really good against Kashtira. Secret Village is really good against that deck. Pendulum might be playable. This might be the one where I give Triff the benefit of the doubt, where I'm like, you know what? You might cook something here. It can also main Lava Golem. Triff, this might be your time. I'll tell you, this might be your time, buddy. I think this might be your time for it, because there's good things that Pendulum has going for it going into the format, and I think Lava Golem being one, and your consistency back is another, with being able to...
So I have a conclusion, by the way, on that card. It is the bird that you're talking about. It's kind of like a Kelbeck.
Yeah.
It says, when your opponent normal or special summons a monster or monsters, you can remove 3 spell counters from your field, special summon this card from your hand, then return that opponent's summon monster or monsters to hand.
Oh, shit. Never mind. Don't matter.
You have to have it ready for the Rise
card. The problem is you need... If you could do it like during the standby phase and bounce back the Arise card off of like their Shangri-La, it would be a lot better. But
of course, that would be very good.
But yeah, with speaking just because I personally think that, well, I'll be talking about YCS Vegas here, I suppose, because I can't go. Like I said about Labyrinth, I also have a prediction that I think Lava Golem is going to see the most play that's ever seen in this next format.
Absolutely.
I think that's going to be like main decked, to be honest. I see that card being disgusting currently with how it is, because you're going to have tier players still trying to play the deck, and you're just going to Lava Golem them, and they're going to die. You're going to have the obviously the Kashtira deck, and they're just going to get Lava Golem, and they're going to die. And then you have the Flu deck that can't play Barrier Statue anymore, and they're going to get Lava Golem, and they're just going to fucking die. So Lava Golem just seems like the best deck ever, best card ever, as long as you are not like any cheese cards too, right? Like anyone going like Stein Exterio, any of the Springens card combo decks, they're going Exterio, anything like that. You know what I mean? Like any of the cheese combo decks that people are going to be playing. I think Lava Golem's just gonna just play a deck that can play Lava Golem, possibly Sphere Mode too, just to see it more, and you might just be in there. I just think that's something to consider for people. I don't know. Yeah. That's just my second. I think that's the second hypothesis I have. I'm not going to Vegas, so I don't give a shit. I'll spill the fucking beans of where I'm at. You know, I'm not hiding my it's not like I'm playing this YCS, so I don't care. You know, I'll just say what I think is the best and with no filter. So yeah, I think Pendulum actually, other than Arise Heart, I think it is in one of the best places it's been in a long time. If that makes sense.
Just keep getting more and more cards.
I mean, Electromite's still banned. Beyond the Pendulum isn't the best replacement, but it is a replacement still. This one I hate. The next one, I hate the next one. This is a card I never wanted to see come back. I hated playing against this thing.
You think it's going to be played?
Yes, absolutely.
And what exactly?
Dinosaur.
You think Dinosaur's going to play it right now?
Yes, 100%.
And
especially with the new rank 9 that came out in Photon Hypernova, the generator.
Can they make another 9?
Yeah, they used to play. They either played the big Dinosaur 9 that you could summon, or they played Trishula the Fusion.
Okay, that was just Trish.
Yeah, that was how they made the old VFD.
True. I remember that now.
Yeah. So like a lot of this is trying to like remember like the old shit of what they were doing. I did a board earlier. I'm actually making another profile for Dinosaur as well. Funny enough, and I made a board. Vince, what was it? It was like Logia, the generator, UTC, and a baby and something.
Yeah, it was baby, UTC, generator, Logia, and I think
that might have been it.
Was it Linkribo or no? There's something else. Was that
I forget. There might have been something else. But also, besides like the actual end board itself, the dinosaurs themselves are also very good against Kashtira, because if Book of Eclipse is seeing play, why the fuck wouldn't UTC see play at the same time, right? Like it's the same card.
Do they do the babies trigger if they're banished? They just say they're destroyed.
You're gonna have to fact check it.
We're gonna fact check.
Yeah, that's a question. I'll look right now on my phone just to see.
Centigrade.
Okay, all right, they don't trigger. But still, I think going first, obviously Dino is a really good matchup against Kashtira if they can summon a UTC. I think it's very, very relevant. I don't know if you want to add anything to that card.
Yeah, they actually can't stop UGC. Which is like crazy. Like if you just raw like play till banish 2 from your hand.
Yeah. That's also not including the fact that you can Book of Eclipse a board, then summon UTC, and then just murder them.
Yeah.
Could just do that. Yeah.
I mean UGC is big enough to clear everything without booking it.
Yeah. I'm probably well, it has to attack defense position monsters, that's why.
Yeah.
That's why it's just like devastating, because you can just book the whole board and then just like doof 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 doof, and then whatever else you have just kills them. And plus, like I know in my list I'm 100% maining 3 Book of Eclipse. Like there's no doubt about that.
In Dinos?
Yeah. I have a build that's already I'm working on, and there's gonna be 3 Book of Eclipse in it. I'm just trying to figure. Though my issue with it right now is trying to figure out the ratio for like the Draco. What is it? The True Kings. What is it? Right, yeah, True Kings. Like right now, I have like a fire and a water in there. I don't know if they're staying. Still figuring it out.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's the only deck that's going to use that, right? I don't think there's anything else that's like.
Probably.
No one's playing True King.
No. Maybe like. I can't think of it. You have to think of like Earth monsters. Like decks that have a lot of Earths to get that rip. Like
Vernisylph
popped up into my head.
Vernisylph's not going to play it. They don't do anything.
Maybe. I don't know what they would do with it. But
do we even talk about Yada? Are we just skipping this?
It does. It's a nothing burger.
I don't know what that is.
Yada is an old card that is no longer relevant in current Yu-Gi-Oh. That's what Yada is.
Yeah.
Sad.
Yeah, sad for real. Actually, sad. And Spiral Resort.
It does nothing without
Master Plan.
I'm just saying, this is another card I hate. I hate this card. The blank text of "you cannot target Spiral cards on the field" is bullshit. I fucking hate that text.
I mean, the deck can probably do something.
You can search that with Ancient Fairy Dragon.
I don't think there might be some Spiral engine now, if that makes sense. I think there might be a Spiral engine that could be played. With 3 Resort, there might be an engine somewhere in there. I don't know what it would be. I don't know the specifics, but it might. I don't think it's not great, right? It's not meta defining or anything like that. But I think 3 Resort makes consistency a huge part of it. That you might be able to do something now with it. Nothing insane, but I think there might be something there. Someone might cook something with it. I don't know. Just for consistency reasons. But other than that, I can't think of anything that's like crazy with it. Like obviously you can do like now with the Strudo too, right? You can go like Resort Guide, the Strudo, get a different field spell. Maybe like that field spell does something. Like I just don't know. Again, I don't know what the specifics of it would be.
I guess one of the problems I have with anything that's like not like a tier deck with play lines of Ancient Fairy, because I've been going through them today.
Yeah.
Is that if you're going for like the Kashtira field spell, let's say it's like the second one you get, it's kind of annoying if you don't have like Birth or whatever, because you want to start with a Kashtira monster.
Right. Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
So it's probably nothing. It's just Spiral's getting. Everything's it's that and Quick Fix, right? It's Master Plan, Quick Fix. Those are the 2 things that are still hit.
Quick Fix is that one Master Plan.
Yeah. So, it's getting close to where I'm getting uncomfortable because I hate that deck. I know a lot of people love it. I hate it. That's one of my least favorite formats. That was the format that made me take a break in 20 years of playing this game. I found that the most unfun format.
A lot of people did it.
Yeah, tier at least I can find enjoyment in the skill level of the mirror matches and stuff. Like Spiral was miserable. I know there was skillful in it. I don't care. It was not fun. No, not for me. But so yeah, overall, do you have any last thoughts on this list?
It was a good list, solid list, a good list. They've a decent list in a while actually.
I was just going to say it's the best list they've had in a while.
Yes, I agree. We've been saying for a while. I actually just said this last week. I said, isn't it crazy that a ban list has not hit a major deck in over a year? And I said this like last week.
I think you're actually
Like
right.
an archetype. Like it didn't touch an archetype in like a year. That's crazy to me.
Yeah, they're all like little soft little hits.
And surroundings hit like good cards.
You have to go way back
Cash.
before Burst of Destiny. That's how far back we have to go to where stuff was hit.
What did they hit that?
It was like Tri Brigade. Like that's how
Okay,
far.
what, they put like Fractal one? No,
Yeah, that's like how far back we have to go from like to like an archetype hit.
I feel like eons ago. They actually put Fractal one. I like.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, yep.
They did.
Yeah.
Like I'm fighting with myself. Like
I'm fairly certain they put Fractal one. I'm pretty sure I remember that.
I think they did. Yeah, I think they did.
Um,
They put Tenki to one.
Yeah, Tenki was
that's
at
what it was.
Tenki was at 1. Fractal was at 1. Yeah, it wasn't good, but yeah, I agree. This list was very, very good. This is a very overdue list, in my opinion, of stuff that needed to get hit. And I'm happy they did not hold back on these fucking things because everyone complained about them, and if they went light on it, everyone would have hated it. And I think another factor, just to before I actually end the video, is that I think that I mean, obviously your local is low. My local is very low. They can barely run locals right now. And it's just out of the sheer unenjoyment of these cards. And like people aren't even
It's like 10 people.
people aren't even playing it, and they still don't want to go to locals because they know they exist. Like I was playing
like
Vernisylph. I was playing Vernisylph with these cards, and they were still complaining. I'm not even playing tiers.
It's really also the Ishizu stuff. It's not just tier.
That's why I'm still playing the Ishizu cards, and they're like, I don't fucking deal with that. You know what I mean? Like it's annoying.
Like it's not even like it's not even the mill five, it's the shufflers.
Yeah, it's the shufflers. It's the shufflers.
It makes the fucking I like Lincoln now, like making it like
Turning off every deck ever. You're like, oh man, I'd love to play Drytron. Oh wait, I can't. I'd love to play Burning Abyss. Oh wait, I can't.
And you kind of feel like you can't play dry charts like, oh, because Abyss seals are so popular. It's like, yeah, why are Abyss seals so popular right now?
Last in tier
like
limit.
collateral damage when you're playing these other
Yeah,
decks. Like,
yeah. It's crazy how one deck's existence, like, just shattered the rest of the format. It's so funny to me. I'm happy it's gone though. I'm happy. Not gone, but checked. I'm happy it was checked.
It's going to be something different. Hopefully.
Yes, yeah. There has to be real innovation behind it. I think a skilled player has to play it too. I really do. I don't think this is going to be a fucking like. I mean, it wasn't before either, but like, it's now you really got to fucking know your resource management.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys for joining me again. I really appreciate it. I hope everyone watching enjoyed and enjoyed listening. Whoever heard us, talk about this.
It was a pleasure. Thank you for having us.
I agree. Have a good night.
So until next time, until the next ban list, we'll see you later.